How's it going? Dave here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking all about syncopation and how syncopation can really improve your songwriting. So what is syncopation? Well, syncopation is basically where we play a note and place emphasis or accent that particular note in a rhythmically unexpected place. And it can really add some groove and life and energy into your songs. So I'd highly recommend using it. So if we take a basic eighth note rhythm, we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Obviously beats 1, 2 and 3 and 4 are numbered, and we've got the ands of each beat as well. These are weaker than the 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s. So what we want to do is target those ands and accent those to create some syncopation. So let's take a very basic eighth note rhythm which sounds like this. And if we can apply syncopation to it by emphasizing those ands, we can get something that sounds a bit like this. So now let's increase the difficulty and make this a little bit more advanced. Let's bring 16th notes into the mix. So we've got 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So we've got the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and from before, but we've added some E's and R's. These E's and R's are even weaker than the ands. So if you target and accent those, we're going to get an even more syncopated sound. So I shouldn't be showing you this, but I am working on some solo music that I'll be releasing whenever it's done. But this riff that I'm writing is a really great example of 16th note syncopation. So every A at the end of each beat is syncopated and accented. So I'm palm muting most of the riff, but I'm releasing the palm muting on the A's of each beat and playing a chord, whereas every other note is a single note. So take a listen and see what you think. So you can see when we can bring even smaller subdivisions of notes into our syncopation, it makes our syncopation a bit more interesting. There's a limit to it, I think. If you are syncopating 128th notes, then it's probably not going to sound very good, I guess. So maybe kind of limit it to 16th or maybe even 32nd notes if you're feeling spicy. But do what you want, whatever sounds good, that's the most important thing. If you find that 64th notes or 128th notes or 256th notes sound great, then go ahead, be my guest. I'd love to hear it actually, so send me some music. So we've got two different types of syncopation we can use. We've got anticipation and we've got suspension. And anticipation is basically where we play a note a little bit earlier than expected. So it's anticipating what the note would have done. And suspending is where we hold off and play that note a little bit later than expected. So I've got a basic rock riff here for you. I'm just switching between A minor and F, and it's just straight quarter notes. So just take a listen to the riff first before we syncopate it. Now for anticipation, what I'm going to do is for the chord change where we switch to F, I'm going to play that first F 1/16th note earlier, and you'll hear the effect. So let's have a listen. Now for suspension, I'm going to play that first F chord 1/16th note after where you're expecting it to be. So take a listen. Now here's that same riff, but now I am using anticipation on the A minors. So I'm going to play each A minor, the second, third and fourth ones, 1/16th note early. And for the F, I'm going to be playing the first, second and third Fs 1/16th note later, and then the fourth F I'm just going to play 2/16th notes before the end of the bar, which leads us nicely back into our A minor again. So have a listen to that. So anticipation and suspension are two kind of concepts you can think about when writing rhythms and trying to use syncopation. Do you want to make the listener wait for that note? Or do you want them to hear it even quicker to surprise them? It's all about what you want your listener to experience. So one more way you can really get a great syncopated rhythm out of your songwriting is by using what I call the modes of rhythm. I've made a video on the modes of rhythm you can check out there, and I promise you, if you watch that, your syncopation is going to be incredible and you're going to unlock so many creative possibilities for your music, I promise you. So definitely go and check that out. But that's it for today. Syncopation is just such a great way of adding interest and life and energy and groove into your music. There's a reason why funk is so groovy, and that's because of syncopation. And bands like Miss Sugar, all those gent bands use a lot of syncopation. It's a really excellent way of creating groove. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you click like. Let me know what you thought in the comments. And if you haven't done so already, I don't know why you haven't, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you're notified every single time I release a new video. I've also got a book for sale, and I'm offering the first 2 chapters for free. That book is called Chord Charisma, and that's going to show you how to write some awesome chord progressions. So if you go to the description and click the link, you're going to get the first 2 chapters for free, and those first 2 chapters are going to show you how to write a basic chord progression at first, but then it's going to show you how to spice things up and make your chord progression sound more sophisticated with these cool chord extensions like 6th, 7th, 9th, 11th, and 13th. And I've got chord shapes for every single one of those chords, so you'll be creating some really awesome sounding, sophisticated chord progressions in no time. So definitely go check that out if you're interested in improving your chord progressions, and check the modes of rhythm out if you want to improve your rhythmic diversity. And I will catch you in the next video. Have a good one.